Welcome back to Senior Travel Adventures. And I am very happy today to have someone with me that I actually met on one of my most recent tours. This is Erick Garrity, and he is from Kentucky, and he is a very experienced solo traveler on many, many tours. So thank you for joining me today, Erick. And
Glad to be here.
awesome. And how did you get started traveling?
Well, my wife and I, we did a lot of motor coach tours in the United States, a couple in Canada. She had been overseas. She'd been to the Holy Land, but I had never been outside North America. Well, she passed away several years ago, and we never got to do that together. And about a year afterward, after it happened, dates were coming up that I didn't want to be sitting idle. And I thought, well, I'm going to go to Europe. Where am I going to go? Well, I always wanted to go to Ireland, and we had talked about going to Ireland. And I have like an ancestral link there, you know. But what tour company to use? You know, you can read reviews. Everything's anecdotal. One person loves a company, one person hates them. You know, what do you do? I don't really consider myself to be a solo traveler. I'm really more of what you would call a single traveler.
Okay.
Because when I travel to a tour, I will join a group of tour participants and get acquainted with them and travel with them. So I'm not really traveling solo, but I am traveling single because I'm getting single occupancy and I'm unaccompanied. You know, you just meet people. So I'm really a single traveler, not a solo traveler.
And that's how we met.
That's right. That's right. I was on one of these tours. We did.
And I was a single traveler on the tour as well.
Exactly.
And that's how we got to know each other.
You're a jet setter. I don't travel independently the way you do. Sometimes I'll fly independently and then join a tour. But I've done 16 tours. All of them were to Europe except for one. I went to Mexico, rural Mexico. And my traveling's tailed off a little bit this year. I did 7 tours last year in 2023.
That's amazing.
I've only done one so far. I did Portugal and Spain in January, but I'm doing the Baltics coming up shortly. I'm going to do the Baltic countries.
So I want to mention to my viewers that you are retired. You work for the government, and yes. So you are retired and do have the available time to do this. And many of my viewers are obviously retired or semi-retired.
Yeah, I am. I'm always shopping trips, looking for some way to beat the single supplement. You know, and it helps to be flexible in your travel dates because of that.
I think you probably know, much like I did, one of the tour companies, the one that we met through, they had a no solo supplement. So of course everybody jumps on that. But what was your favorite? What do you think out of these past 16? Let's go just for the 16.
Okay.
What was one of your favorite trips out of those?
That's a hard ask. It really is, because it sounds trite, but true. I've enjoyed every tour that I've taken. I've been to Ireland 3 times, but I'd have to say for the total experience, the quality of it, and how much I enjoyed myself, I did a trip to Sicily and Malta last year. It was a smaller group of people. We did a lot of things away from the tourist crowds, really got into the culture, and I really, really enjoyed it. We went in October, so the weather was nice, wasn't crowded. But I mean, I could go on and on about the trips. Like I said, I've enjoyed every one that I've done. That's probably why I keep doing them.
So do you have any funny stories and anything weird happened to you or funny on any?
Well, I'll tell on myself. One or two. My last trip before the pandemic, I was in Vienna. And this was with a tour group, and we were touring the palace. I can't remember the name of it. It's a huge palace. And I was on the palace grounds. And a lot of statues around and stuff. And there was this one statue, it was in bronze, and it was a Baroque musician, looked like it was holding a violin, maybe a viola, I don't know. And tourists were taking pictures of it and thinking, oh, I got to take a picture of that. That's interesting. So I run over there, and I get my selfie and everything. And then I look down and I see the bow shift just slightly on the strings on the viola. And then it hit me like a light bulb came on. Oh, this isn't a statue. This is performance art.
It's funny. So it was like all bronze instead of the silver guys.
And I'm like, oh my, this guy is, he's standing still and posing, and I was mortified because I sometimes you don't see things, and but I tipped the guy €5, so it ended well.
Oh,
So that was funny. That was funny. That was my bumbling tourist episode.
When you went to Ireland, did you see the Cliffs of Moher? One of my favorite things.
No, I have not. I've been three times. And every time the weather has never cooperated. It's never cooperated. And I go back with my son. We're going to see the Cliffs of Moher.
You must. And the weather wasn't cooperative when I was there either, but I still went. In fact, I've got some crazy videos of it, how much it was blowing. But it was one of those things at least on my travels that is so memorable in my mind.
I know the trip to Scotland on the Isle of Skye.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful place. I don't know if you've ever been. You should go if you haven't been. And
I have not.
Oh, you've got to go to Kilt Rock. It's kind of like the Cliffs of Moher, just not as majestic,
Okay.
And
yeah, it's just been, for me, and I mean, I just admire how many trips you've been on and how, and I like, and you're right, I do both travel. I do the tour thing, and there's a lot of things to be said about the tour. One is it's very easy and you don't have to plan too much. And I kind of like that. But when I went to Ireland and England, I did it on my own, and I was able to plan everything and see everything that I wanted. But I was able, and I think I probably told you, that there's a picture of me that I have on one of my videos of me pointing to Big Ben, and that you took that picture of me.
Yeah. I took the one of you with the windmill too.
The windmill picture that's in the opening of the show. You took
in Holland. Yes, I took that picture. Blame me.
That was you. And actually, in one of my videos, there's a picture, and there's a back version of you walking away. So you became a star in all my videos. So I so appreciate you taking the time, and we're going to share pictures, if we haven't already, of some of your travels as well. And you went to Turkey when?
I'm going to Turkey in October.
Oh, okay.
I have it booked. Let's hope that part of the world, the violence doesn't spread further.
Yeah.
Because the Holy Land is on my list.
I've been reading a lot about it, and I'm sure you have on all of our social media about people who have gone to some of the places near there and have felt very safe. But it's true. We don't know what the future might hold. And that's one of the things. But I think it's really great now that we get to travel more freely than we ever did. And I just came back from a family friends trip where I went to the southeast part of the country and had just a really good time and saw Savannah. I had not seen Savannah, Georgia. So I have some Savannah pictures, and that was fun. So I didn't make it up there while I was there. I was in Tennessee, but not quite to Kentucky.
Okay. Well, if you ever come to Kentucky, have breakfast at the Kingland Track Kitchen.
Okay.
A tip from a local.
All right. Sounds good. I love breakfast. All
Me too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.